The Baku city circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers and is made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town, and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to catastrophic consequences for all of our drivers.
And there we go, ladies and gents. That is your little track guide to the world of the Baku street circuit. Let me just get everything ready at my end. So, in fact, what we're going to do, Mr. Carbon Gaming TV with the subscription. Thank you very much for that sub, Mr. Carbon Gaming. It's greatly appreciated. You should be able to now. Lobby is open. Any SFR drivers who are in chat, lobby is open, so you can jump in. Lobby is open. No. Alright, catch you later, boys. Right, let me just get my co-commentator into the building, because he is here now. He is here. He is potentially queer. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Swayze is in the building though, guys. So, oh, I was wanting me sleep. Yeah, come on, Vapid, get yourself in, son. Get yourself in, my friend. Mr. Cam is also in the chat. Hello, Cam. How are we, guys? Let me, not yet, mate. I'm getting there. Oh, working on it, bro. Right, I'm working on it. Right, what we're gonna do is, yeah, come on. Predictable. Right, I do this. As you guys can see by those standings, we have crowned our world champion. Constant Ryan is your SFR Season 4 Drivers Champion. We did have a little look at some of the permutations and realised that Constant Ryan has significantly more wins than dear Vapid. So even if Vapid was to win the last 2 races of the season, unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to match Constant Ryan's win tally. So Constant Ryan is your Drivers Champion. Vapid does finish second in the Drivers' Championship with a couple of races to go, with TeS Leclerc in third place. Cam finishes in fourth. Everyone under Cam, though, is all up for grabs. And it's what we like to hear and see here in SFR. Are we good? 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 I think I can now say what I need to say, ladies and gentlemen. But before I do that, I will show you the constructor standings. I'm so winning this race. Go on, Michael. Are you joining us then, Mr. Carbon? So those are your constructor standings. As I said in the Top Gear intro, AlphaTauri can win the constructor standings. They have to outscore the Williams team of Constant Ryan and TeS Sambo by 22 points or more to win the Constructors Championship this evening. You can probably hear a little bit of clicking in the background, which means I think, ladies and gents, I think it's time. I think it may be time. I think I've got to do a little introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, he is here. He is alongside me. He is my partner in crime here in SFR. He is the one you all come to listen to. You don't come for me. You come for the TES boy. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice, warm welcome to my co-commentator, Mr. TES Swayze. Good evening, Swayze. How are you, my friend?
Good evening, Kieran, and what a fucking intro. They get more extravagant each week. And the answer to your question, it is SFR, where anything can happen, so maybe, possibly, I will be queer. Who knows?
There we go. Oh, gosh. So, Baku, how are you feeling about Baku?
It's a track that I always love to race at, always love to spectate. It's a track that's full of action, full of danger, full of anything can happen results. So, yeah, bring it on. What about you? You've got to be stoked for tonight, right, Kieran?
Yeah, it should be good. It should be a good race. I'm not too sure about that, Cam. Not too sure about that one, buddy. Jeez, that is slightly concerning. Why is everyone's status bar so low at my end? Even mine's low. That is slightly concerning, I'm not going to lie. Ooh. Okay, well.
Ooh.
Oh well, it's fine. We will leave it as is.
You can't discriminate, Cam. We have to love everybody here.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Right, whilst we're on the live screen, let's do that. Let's reactivate the sound alerts so people can drop some of the sound alerts in, should they wish. Now, I wonder if we're going to see any of these tonight, Mr. Swayze.
Spinella.
As we play a Spinella. And whether anyone's going to say... Come on, where is it? Where is it?
Hi, I'm stupid.
There it is.
Hi, I'm stupid.
I wonder how many people are going to potentially be saying that tonight, Swayze. How many people, in your professional opinion, do you think are going to be saying, I am stupid tonight?
There are possible chances of quite a few mistakes, especially around the castle area, the downhill braking, going into the final few corners before you come back up the start-finish straight. So we had this conversation earlier. You know, the actual chicane on the start-finish straight can be a deadly place if you're carrying wing damage, easy to bounce off of. The pit lane itself's got quite an interesting entrance. But yeah, where do I think the potential for the first one? Someone going to do a Hamilton, go straight down the run-off, turn one?
I mean, if someone does a Hamilton at turn one, I may have to do my best impression of Mark Webber. Ladies and gents, if you know, you know. Vapid is in chat. The whole track is a deadly place. It is. It is indeed, Mr. Vapid. It is a very, very dangerous place.
But it's a fun place, Vapid, and it's where you find the limits and your love for the sport.
It is indeed. So, I will say it now before we get underway, whilst we have got quite a few of you in the lobby, or in the stream, I should say. After the race, don't go anywhere. Stay in the chat for the podium interviews and afterwards, because there will be some Season 5 SFR information being revealed tonight by myself and TeS Leclerc. So make sure you guys are still here post-race. If you're a driver in SFR and you normally put the stream on for the race and then disappear, please, please, please hang around, because you guys are going to want to hear this. It's about next season. It's about how things are going to go down next year. So make sure you are around. Vapid says you may hear the bagpipes blasting down the pit straights. Oh dear. Right, Vapid, the most important question. Have you done your rain dance? That is the most important question, Mr. Vapid. Have you done your rain dance? Right.
It's Baku. Get the fuck out of here. We're not having any rain here. We don't want
Geordie?
that. It's dangerous enough.
Geordie's supposed to be jumping into the lobby. Geordie, where are you, son?
We've had enough rain interference now. It's the end of the season. It's
Cam straight away.
It's a fun track.
I love it. Cam, please no rain, please.
I'm with Cam. I'm with Cam on this one.
I mean, I have been reliably informed by Dom the Noodle, if it does rain, he is just going to yeet himself out very, very quickly. Dirty D is apparently... I'm already in the lobby. Are you, bro? I would have fallen ill if I hadn't. Of course I did. I want to see a demo derby. Vappy wants to see a demolition derby. I don't want to see
a demolition done on derby.
Ooh,
that's a different matter.
There we go. Dirty D is in the building. We have got 15. So this could potentially result in Mr. TeS Leclerc changing some settings in the lobby.
Full quality mode!
Right, so let's have a look. We have got Fuck You J jumping into the Ferrari as a reserve driver this evening. There we go. Everyone now needs to repick their cars. We have got Dom the Noodle and Dirty D, who are going to be racing in the Alfa Romeos this evening. And I think that is all we've got in terms of reserves. Yep, full quali cam. We were just waiting for that 15th man to come in. We've got 15 now. We've got our minimum numbers for a full qualifying session.
I suspect there's a few drivers are happy about that. I feel like the medium tyre might be the better tyre to start on this track, to be honest. So full quality will give the drivers that option now.
It will indeed.
Well, not that they didn't have that option anyway, you know. I mean, they still get to go for the fast lap, don't they, on the softs this way. You can't do that and still start on the medium.
Very true. Very true. So we're just waiting for Constant Ryan to pick his car, and then we will be all good.
And if he's wearing any special helmet to celebrate, is it gold? A golden helmet. Put it out there for the show. Not your purple helmet, your golden helmet.
So we're just waiting for Constant Ryan to jump into the Williams, and then we will get things underway here in qualifying. There we go. Constant Ryan is in his Williams car. So now we just wait. Jamie is in chat going, "You're a golden helmet, Swayze."
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right, here we go. You can see everyone ready now. Let's get
on the road.
This show on the road. Race number 19 of 20. Round number 19 of 20. The penultimate round of the SFR Season 4 Championship. As we get to the beeps. The world famous beeps that you get in the F1 game. Let's start Quali.
Glitching. Oh, my bad.
God's sake, Swayze. There we
That's
go.
normally where it starts, isn't it? Just after the beeps.
Oh dear. Right. So we have got 15. So this Q1 session is going to be a little bit of a formality. It's just going to more be the fact of drivers are probably just going to want to get
Track time.
track time, get familiarity back of this track, because this is a very, very technical track. Feels so nice to not be one of the slowest guys to load in now. Of course, Vapid moving onto his series console now, so
According to my screen, it's just Christo.
it is indeed. There we go.
And
I think
there we go.
We are good. Come on, load in. We want to do some racing. We want to see some racing. So, just another reminder, guys, your championship permutations. The Drivers' Championship is done. Constant Ryan, following his race last week, is crowned your SFR Season 4 Drivers' Champion. Vapid Coup will be finishing in second place this year, with TeS Leclerc finishing in third. Your top three have already been sorted. Cam has also secured fourth, so massive congratulations to Cam. But every position from fifth downwards on the standings is very, very much available. Vapid has screamed rain, yes. People are not happy in the SFR Discord. I have a funny feeling.
No way.
I have a funny feeling.
How has he pulled that?
I have a funny feeling, Mr. Swayze. We've got some rain, son.
That's the odds of that. No, man. That's just crazy odds.
We have got rain. Oh no, rain at the end of the race. There is your confirmation there from the main man himself, Mr. TeS Leclerc. Rain at the end. Baku J is the first car out on track. Cam is not happy with Vapid. Vapid is now apologising to everyone.
It's not. What have you done, Vapid? Have you seen the track? You've not brought us an exciting end. You brought us death at the end.
Oh,
What we're gonna get?
are we good? That was really, really weird.
Bit of a lag spike there.
No, the entirety of my PC setup temporarily turned itself off and back on again. Luckily, everything is still running, so we're all good. That was really, really weird. At my end, the entirety of my streaming setup just went black and then came back.
Yeah, it did go for a little bit on the stream for a split second, but it's running okay again now.
Think we're all good. Whew, that was slightly concerning. So, as you can see, Fuck UJ is the first person out on track. Hey, you guys need a taste of the Scottish weather.
I bloody hate this corner where he's coming into this braking zone.
Yep, it is not fun.
It's the worst corner on the track for me. I always end up losing the right side of my car in that wall. High speed, especially near the start when you got heavy fuel.
Swayze, do you want to laugh?
Yeah.
Go and see what. Go and. Have you got tyres up on your screen at the moment? Fitted tyres. Look at what Jez has got on. Look, I think Jezza is getting ready. I think Jez is getting ready for some rain in qualifying. It's just gonna worried about rain in quali, mate.
Nice down changes. Good start to the lap there for Parky J.
Indeed, it is. Right on board, so you guys can see what is going on.
Wall. 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 Do you feel like walking around this place would give Samo a headache?
Quite possibly. Here we go. Here is the very, very deadly castle section corner.
Takes it nice there.
It does.
Good line, good speed, not too far wide, didn't get the DQ. And again, you can see the way as they went through that corner there, especially from the onboard, the way the wheel just jutted and just snapped it. You can tell straight away the difference between a pad and a wheel.
Yeah. You can always see, especially on some of these tighter corners.
Yeah, on board just gives you away the way it just jolts it. Like, dum, dum, dum.
Oh, so I've just found out that it wasn't Jezza that put himself onto, put himself on wets. It was actually FarQJ who went and put Jezza onto the wets before he went out on track. He has set the time to be 1:39.7. Of course, this is Q1. Normally the top 15 go into... Oh, Sambo's having a moment. You right there, Sam? Sambo may have just had a little spin. Gonna see whether he's got any... Just gonna see whether he's got any damage. Oh, he's got damage. Sambo has definitely got damage, Swayze. Sambo has definitely got damage. Alright, let's see who is where. Tom Gorin is just starting a lap. Because Lesko is coming towards the end of a lap. I think he's going to be the next car to cross the line and set a time.
Yeah, I'm riding currently on board with Kirby.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, Christo has gone deep.
Nice.
Into turn, what, 1, 2,
Sambo's retired.
3, 4.
Sambo is crashed and dead.
Oh, Sambo! No!
And TM Kirby is about to come over the line just after Kozlesko. 1:39.5 for Kozlesko.
40.5 for Kirby. Let's see what Tom Goring can get up to as he comes through the castle section now. Well, we have unfortunately had our first casualty. It's a casualty by the name of TeS Swayze.
I mean,
have we just had another one? Have we just
I-
had another one? No, I think Christo was just going very, very slowly.
honestly though, all you had to do, well, you didn't even have to do anything. You were through. You keep the car intact.
It's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday, what? Liam Hammond, thank you for the follow, my friend. Hope you are well, my friend. You are well. Mr. Liam. Welcome into our penultimate race of Season 4. You see we are taking to the streets of Baku. And we have already had our first casualty. TeS Swayze has unfortunately ended up in the wall at the castle section.
If I asked you right now, who's going to be the first casualty of the race, what are you going to say?
I don't know. I mean, I think if I was to say to
By
you,
that,
I mean, if put it this way, if I was to say to you, Mr. Swayze, that TeS Swayze was the first person to retire from Baku, what would you be telling me?
well, we're not in the race yet, so that technically doesn't count. But I mean,
Okay, fine.
in a session
Okay,
where all
first-
you had to do is get through.
Okay, first person to crash out in qualifying, what would you say?
I mean, I know he's known for some moments and he's had some bad luck and everything, but
Yeah, don't
he's
worry,
still got
Jesse.
good drives in him. I mean,
Oh,
there are other
Christo-
drivers out there as well.
Christo
That's
is in the
one
wall
that I may
at
have
the castle.
expected, to be honest. That's the one I was going to say. Well, the other name that you could have said could have been Christo, and I might have gone, yeah, that's also predictable.
So, let's jump on the Dirty D. He's just gone past Christo. He is on a hot lap. It's nice to see Dirty D back, actually. We haven't seen Dirty D for a while.
Nice line there, very close to the wall.
The last time we
Hopped on board with
saw,
him.
we saw Dirty D in SFR, I think was, I want to say China. It was quite a way ago now. It was a good few weeks ago now. Nearly a month and a half ago now, I think, since we last saw Mr. Dirty D-Nem. But he's back. He is
It
back.
looks like he's got a little weave on there. His back end seems to not
Weave?
want to comply.
But he's
He
going to cross
just
the line.
actually kiss the wall as well then.
Going to cross the line with a 47.6. I know Constant Ryan did post in the Discord, should he start from the back of the grid just for the lols on the stream. don't know whether he will actually do it or not.
You
Curly
have-
has retired in the pits.
Your WhatsApp.
I have chat more in a second.
Kieran?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa!
Ooh,
Whoa!
that was a bit deep by
very
Dirty
well
D.
saved. Yeah, very well saved there. I thought he was going in the wall. Nope. Well, we spoke too soon. Wow, the commentator's cut is just savage, isn't it?
It is. It is indeed, Swayze. It is indeed. Whoa! Cam had a big massive snap there as he was coming out. Cam now comes up to the ever dangerous castle section. And he navigates the castle section nice and cleanly. Oh, we've lost Dirty D. We have lost Dirty D. I'm going to jump to Leclerc, because we're going to potentially see Dirty D. There he is.
Tom Goring.
On
Maybe the line takes pole position.
the wall. Not quite sure what's happened there. See if Vapid gets up there before he disappears from the game. Oh, he just disappears as Vapid approaches. Let's see who we've got. I think it's going to be Cam. Something to Cam.
Cam's invalidated at the moment.
He has
It's going to
invalidated.
be Leclerc. Leclerc's on an outlet.
Everyone else is on outlets.
Yeah.
We'll jump on with Mr. TeS Leclerc. Don't worry, Alfie. We've got a fairly decent squad of moderators here in SFR. Who are nice and quick to jump on any bot accounts that jump into the stream, or any troll accounts of the like. Ooh, there's a little bit of visual terror on the timer screen there. Let me just reset these quickly. I'm just going to lag for just a second, guys. There we go. We are good again now. Should have stopped that little visual tear that you were able to see on the standings there, on those timing screens. 6.5 minutes left of Q1. We've got another yellow flag. It's at turn 1. Has someone gone and done a... it's Jezza! He's done a Lewis! He's done a Hamilton! We're going to jump back to his teammate, though, who's just navigated the castle section. Oh, Jezza. Could you not wait until you've done that in the race? At least then I could have done my Weber. God's sake. You had one job, Jezza.
Leclerc looking tasty at the moment. Purple 1 and 2.
I think we've had someone else that's gone a little bit deep into... in fact, it's both of the Red Bulls. Both of the Red Bulls...
Disqualified.
Both of the Red Bulls, and Christo has been disqualified for going in the wrong direction. But we'll jump to Leclerc, crosses the line, goes provisional pole with a 38.6. Fantastic lap time there by TeS Leclerc. See what Vapid can do in reply. Second in the Drivers' Championship. Crosses the line, goes P4. Of course, this is Q1. This is more of a formality than anything, guys. This is just going to be the drivers getting used to the track again. And,
of course, the top 13 going through to the next session.
Yep. Will be indeed only 13 that go through to Q2 following the unfortunate crash of Mr. TeS Sambo and the disqualification of SC Christo. Into the final 5 minutes we go.
That's one thing I hope they change for the next game as well, to be honest. Taking all the glitches aside and everything, sometimes, especially at tracks like this, where, you know, some leagues operate, you can't use the reset to track function. And sometimes just trying to turn around, it doesn't give you enough time. It's not like you'd gone miles down the track the wrong way. It disqualifies you for almost turning on the spot.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
You've got to be really, really careful when you are heading in the wrong direction. Geordie is going very, very slowly. What's happened with Geordie? Oh, he jumped back onto track and then jumped back into the pits. That was really, really weird. That was very, very strange.
It's probably got damage from...
Ooh, Jezza! Jezza! Jezza!
No, this is what I'm saying. He's got to be careful he doesn't get... If there's traffic there, you see, he won't be able to do that.
Yeah. Oh, bit of damage on the exit of the castle there. So I think I might need to go to one of the cars ahead, because I think one of those cars ahead may have damage. It's not Constant Ryan. So who is it behind Constant Ryan?
That might have been
Huh?
where Sambo been there earlier.
No, it's Cam. It is Cam. Cam is very much missing a front wing.
Oh.
Cam is very, very much missing a front wing. That is not ideal for Cam. And with not much time left in the session, luckily Cam is on a hot lap. He hasn't invalidated. If I'm Cam, I'm just looking to cross the line here. And I'll nudge the car back. Because, of course, if you don't set a lap time, you're out of qualifying. And that's exactly what Cam does do. Cam does go across the line with a 2-minute 1.4. But it's a lap time nonetheless.
Speaking of setting a lap time, Constant Ryan has just started a flying lap, and immediately, even on this track, you can see again what we've talked about so many times with Constant Ryan, how much of the track he uses. Watch how close he gets to the walls. Look how much of the track he's using when you go on board. It's absolutely phenomenal driving to watch. If you want to study a driver and learn how to get fast in racing lines, watch this guy.
We will stay on board with Constant Ryan for the rest of this lap. He's going to be the next person across the line for us anyway. Ooh, little.
Might have been getting a little bit close for comfort.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a kiss there on the exit of the castle section. Oh, Christo is in chat. Yeah, I was backing up, but then I had to stop because the other Red Bull also went into the same runoff, and I didn't want to back up into them. So unlucky, Christo. So unlucky. Message from TeS Leclerc in the Discord, guys. If you're not in the Discord at the moment, driver-wise, and you are just listening to the stream, if you are pitting, stay left. If you're going to go into the pits at any point during this race week, make sure you stay on the left down the main straight, just so we don't have any horrible, crazy, major collisions. As Constant Ryan goes into P2 with a 138.7.
Time with that slight kiss of the wall.
Because Let's Go has retired from the session.
It's just Geordie, lad. Left to put a time on. You can just casually cruise around and...
Yep, he's got 45 seconds. You don't need to push Geordie. So long as you get a lap time in, bud, you will be through to the next session. So don't push too hard. Don't make too many mistakes. And most importantly, don't crash. Just bring the car home, my friend, and you will be through to the next part of qualifying. Where we will, I believe, Mr. Swayze, have... I'm saying that, we've got... What, even if he doesn't set a time, Jamie? I thought he had to set a time.
Oh.
I thought you had to set a time to be able to go through.
Well, I suppose with those going out, he's automatically through, isn't he, really?
Mm.
Not that it wouldn't have been any through. Top 15 are already through.
Nah, it is just top 15 guaranteed.
Well, I mean, he's through, provided he brings his car home, right? If he just smashes the wheel off right now, he's not through, is there?
Very true. If he crashes out, then that will be his qualifying over. But he looks to be doing pretty well. Coming down the corner that took many a victim in the actual F1 race. When the real F1 guys came to Baku. Hopefully we don't have any hard tyre blowouts like the professionals had. Don't really want any catastrophic crashes. George is trying his best to get as much slipstream as he possibly can. On the run up to the line, Geordie crosses the line, goes P9 with a 140.543. Now we just wait for Constant Ryan to drive into the pits, and that will bring us to the end of Q1 here in Baku.
Good time there for me to show this. Like right in, quite a lot of the drivers in the 140.5, but quite a few in the 139.4 regions. Looking like an interesting race, especially between those drivers that you know are still actually fighting for positions in this championship.
Yep. Again, key thing to remember, guys, anything from P5 down in the driver's standings is still up for grabs. And with how things are going for next season in SFR, let's just say finishing in the top 10 is very, very important. More on that after the race. But there we go. 12 go through to Q2. Do unfortunately lose Christo, Dirty D, and TeS Sambo. Unfortunately, Sambo crashed out, Dirty D crashed out, and Christo was disqualified. But the remaining 12 drivers will go through into Q2, where we will then lose 2 more, and then we will have our top 10 shootout. Of course, this is the big one.
Did he actually crash out with damage? Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Sambo and Dirty D did, yeah. Dirty D did it on his in lap. He finished his hot lap and then crashed or end of sector 1. Ended up in the wall, unfortunately. So let's get this fit of tyres on. Let's get that lap data on. We're not doing a 31 lap race. Ignore that, guys. We are not doing a 31 lap race. Constant Rise in chat predicting 5 safety cars. You know what? Whilst we're waiting for the first drivers to go out in Q2, Constant Rise predicting 5. Swayze, what are you predicting, my friend?
I'm going to go with 2 safety cars, 1 virtual safety car.
I am going to be very, very brave and potentially stupid. And I have faith in the drivers we have here in SFR. I think that we can do the entirety of the Grand Prix without a single safety car of any kind. And no admins and people in SFR or the higher ups, I've not been drinking much.
Are you sure?
I haven't been drinking much.
I mean, I've been smoking for a bit anyway. I think that's back.
Here we go. We've got the first cards coming out now to start Q2, and as usual, it is Mr. Fuck UJ who's the first one out on track. What we're going to do is I'm going to take the time now to just plug the SFR socials because I can. Those are the socials there, guys. You've got the Facebook page, you've got the Twitter page, and of course you've got the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is where we will upload all of our races after the race has concluded. And we are on that path to 100 subscribers to enable us to get a custom URL. So guys, if you're not following the YouTube channel, please consider going over there, dropping the YouTube channel with a subscription. It would be greatly appreciated. And of course, drop us a follow on Twitter and like our page on Facebook.
Well done. Lovely plug. KieranWright, everybody, the man who carries everything, including the kitchen sink.
Of course, if you're a driver watching the stream and you want to get yourself involved in SFR, if you're liking what you're seeing and you're thinking, I could do this, then !Discord will give you access to the Discord server that we have here in SFR. There he is, Mr. Big Will. How are we doing, good sir? I hope you are well. It's a shame
Indeed.
You're not driving.
I second that sentiment.
It's a shame you're not driving around the streets of Baku. I would love to see your no traction and no ABS with your wheel going through here, because I think it would be quite funny, I'm not going to lie. But even still, the wonderful Mr. Will is in the building. Smashing the walls? I don't know what you're on about, Will. You wouldn't smash any walls, mate. On the note of smashing walls, let's see if Baku J can prevent themselves from smashing said walls. Oh, beautiful line there by Baku J. Beautiful, beautiful line there by Baku J.
Okay. Some option to go out on the softs.
Yeah.
Some option for the mediums at the moment. Mixture of strategies going on.
It's very, very interesting. If you were to race this way, what would your strategy be? What would you be going out on in Q2?
I mean, if the rain's coming near the end, you're going to take a pit stop. Oh dear, oh, that is not a nice touch of the wall there for Baku J. He's lucky that he's still got his faculties there. That could have ended up a lot worse. To be honest, you might actually be, I don't know if it's a medium, what was it normally, a medium to hard race, would you say?
Medium hard, I think,
stop?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the race, I mean, the rain's not forecast before the medium change anyway, so it's right near the end. I think I'd still run a normal strategy. Normal one-stop medium to hard strategy.
So you'd be looking to start on the medium, so in Q2 you'd be going out on those medium tyres.
Yeah, well, it's the best option, isn't it? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we all know Codemasters can and does and is wrong on how fast the weather comes. So, I mean, if it comes a little bit earlier and you're starting on the mediums as opposed to the softs, you got the chance that, you know, you might be lucky enough that you're out there until the crossover, saving you a pit stop.
Very, very true. Let's see who we've got where. Who is where? Oh, Papa Goose is coming into the pits. Not happy with the time he was setting. Tom Gorian, I think, or is it Kirby? Who's further ahead? Kirby's just crossed the line, actually. 1:45.0 there for Kirby. So Tom Gorian is going to be the next car to cross the line. So we will watch Tom Gorian as he approaches the castle section. Trying to keep it out of those walls. You don't want to be hitting those walls. Unless you're Constant Ryan, who's saying that he's going to smash walls in Will's honour. Each to your own, Mr. Constant Ryan. Each to your own, my friend.
I mean...
Will obviously throwing out the support for his teammate, TM Kirby. Currently in 7th place. Tom Gorian goes purple in Sector 2. Comes through this very high speed final sector, where you're not really taking your foot off of the off of that accelerator. You may get a little lift if you don't feel too confident.
It looks simple, but it's anything but, I'll tell you that. Looks like he's going into the pits.
He's going into the pits.
Because see, it's quite a tricky pit entrance. I've seen people get that wrong.
I'm wondering whether those guys those two guys that have just done that, being Papa Goose and Tom Gorian, whether they've done that to potentially James in the middle of a comms job, buddy. Thank you, Bert. I'm wondering whether
it looks very dark out there.
It does look very dark out there, and it's also very interesting that Papa Goose went out on softs, came into the pits, and has now gone back out on softs. So he's just burnt a set of soft tyres. Who is that having a moment?
I don't know about I don't know about the rain coming, but if it's going to help him, he's going to need it to come sooner than that, because Rapid almost just took his inside left front off. In a bit of a moment through the castle.
Ooh. Well, Dom the Noodle is going very, very slowly. Dom the Noodle's going very, very, very slowly. I'm not sure why Noodle's going as slowly as he is, but he's going very, very slowly. I'll just quickly do this, just so we don't have the have that happen like it did just a few moments ago.
It's still fast enough.
Oh, Dom the Noodle is
39, He did clip the wall, but still provisional pole at the
Woo,
moment.
Jazza! Has gone very sideways. Jazza just went very, very sideways there. See what Mr. Leclerc is up to. Jump on with Leclerc. He is the lead car on track at the moment. Coming to cross the line now is TeS Leclerc. Crosses the line and sets a 140.1 on the medium tyres. I think Tom wanted to see what that truck looked like. That's what I'm thinking, Will. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Hopped on board. I feel he might be out of fuel.
Let's have a quick look on his telemetry. In fact, I can confirm he is. Well, he's got the red light on, so I'm assuming he's in low fuel mode.
On board currently watching Papa Goose. Just coming into the castle section.
See what Papa Goose can do. Of course, one of the newer drivers here in SFR. Been with us a couple of weeks now.
Kick away, Mr. there on the exit.
Unfortunately, Papa Goose's teammate, Mr. Matty7 Gamer, are not around this evening. So we only have one horse running this evening. Who is the sole horse of Papa Goose. 116.2 after his second sector. I'm pretty confident here for Papa Goose. Just going to look to try and get this car home. Sets a competitive lap time.
He's on the soft tyre.
He is on the soft tyre. I'm going to I'm going to put you on the spot side. We've got 12 drivers at the moment. We need to knock it down to 10. Which 2 drivers are going?
Let's see. That is a question. Depends on who's going to sacrifice, if anyone, at the moment. Let's see, let me just have a look what their best times are on. So, see, it depends on whether you've got the faster drivers who are currently out of position to where they normally would qualify, because those are slower than them who are currently on the softs. So if they want to sacrifice that and start on the mediums, they're going to have to stay behind and drop out, aren't they? But at the moment, FRQJ is down there, but again, he's on the mediums. He's one of these drivers, like, on the mediums, where he may, if Kirby and Tom Gorin decide that they're going to do on softs, he may have to be forced into the issue of going on softs to stay in. So I'm going to go with, I hate to do it, yeah, I'm going to go Tom Gorman. I think we can pull it out. I think we might lose Dom and possibly Kerber. They're the 2 I'm going to predict. What about you, Kieran?
Dom and Kirby. Well, Constant Ryan is in chat. He's saying he's sacrificing himself. So that's one. Constant Ryan is leaving at the end of Q2. Championship is done. Let's make it interesting, says Constant Ryan. So Constant Ryan is going to be sacrificing a top 10 position here
You
at the
didn't give me that
Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
information before feeding me the question.
It's because he's only just put it in chat. Right, okay, so now you know that then. Now you know that then. Which other one is going?
That's hard, is it? It's just going to be one person going out, isn't it?
Which other person is going to be
it's
leaving?
going to be the one that goes. Well, there you go. All Tom Gorin has to do is go faster, which he can. So it's going to be Kirby, isn't it?
All Tom Gorin needs to do is go faster than TM Kirby's 145.0. He wants to get himself through to Q3. But with 2:45 left, is Tom Gorin going to leave the pits? We wait anxiously, looking at the pit lane. There it is. There is a racing point leaving the pits. And there's only one racing point racing this evening. And that is the racing point of Tom Gorin. 2.5 minutes left in the session. Tom Gorin on his way round now to complete his outlap. start his hot lap, knowing a 1:45.0 will get him through into Q3.
Yeah, there is that. Thank you for that point there, Leclerc. Ryan, like, let's make the championship interesting. Forgot about the constructors.
There is still a constructors standings available. A constructors championship available to be won.
Not for Williams. Not now.
Well, the AlphaTauri team need to outscore Williams by 22 points tonight to wrap up that constructors championship now. Otherwise, it will go to our season finale next week at the world famous Silverstone circuit in the mighty Great Britain.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said not now really, because we are talking about Ryan. He more than definitely has the capability of coming through that pack to still be able to win. So
I think that's why I think he's trying to make it interesting for the stream. I mean, I did say to the guys in SFR, we need some good driving clips. We need some nice tight racing for the end of season package. So Big Will's gone Ryan last to first. Well, it'll be a 12th to first, Will. Of course, we have
somebody already
3.
crashed.
Here comes
And
Tom
the game
Gorian.
decided to screw Krista.
Constant Ryan, last to castle section. Constant Ryan, not too confident. But see, part of me's wondering, Swayze, whether that's a Bono my tyres are gone from Constant Ryan there. Oh, I don't know if I'll make it to the castle section, and absolutely nails it every single time.
That sounds about right.
That's right on board with Tom Gorian. Whoa, there's a little bit deep there. It's broken! It's broken! I can't, it's broken. I've got no power.
Purple sector 1 for Tom Goran.
He's got Papa Goose just ahead of him as well. In the Haas. Hopefully Papa Goose doesn't damage him too much. Nope, there we go, Papa Goose. That's Papa Goose.
That was a brilliant awareness there. I mean, you couldn't have chosen a better place to put the car out of the way.
Fantastic bit of spatial awareness there by Papa Goose. Knew Tom Gorian was coming. Put himself on the right hand side, tucked away where Tom Gorian was never going to be. To be sure that he doesn't jeopardise Tom Gorian's lap time. Here we go, 1:15.3 for sector 2. Could be a good lap here.
I mean, it's looking like it. It's not quite Monaco in terms of how tight it is. You got a little bit more space, but through that castle section, as finding space to let go for is still hard.
It is indeed.
Yeah, well done.
Constant Ryan, wet Baku, 0 assists on a dry setup. What can possibly go wrong?
Oh, no, Tom Gorian bailed.
Interesting. That would have beaten Kirby. That would have been Tom Gorian through. That would have been Tom Gorian through. That is a very, very interesting decision there by Tom Gorian.
Maybe he decided he wants to start on the mediums.
Potentially, maybe that was just a banker.
He was out on the softs there, wasn't he?
He was out on the softs. He was indeed out on those soft tyres.
He doesn't have a time, so the only reason I could see not to finish that lap would be you want to start on the mediums.
Yep.
Surely.
Damn, Tom has some speed through the corner. He does. He really did carry some speed there through the corners. But there we go. That is the end of Q2. Vapid tops the timing screens. Leclerc in second. Just Geordie in third. Papa Goose in fourth. Kizlesko fifth. Jessa sixth. Dom the Noodle seventh. Cam in eighth. Focky J ninth. And TM Kirby rounds out the top 10 with Just Geordie, Papa Goose and TM Kirby starting on those soft tyres when we come to the race in about 15 minutes time. Just wait for the timer to run down. Of course, before that, we have got Q3. Q3 indeed. Right, as we're getting ready to load into Q3. Oh, I was going to ask you the exact same thing, Swayze. I was going to ask you the same question.
Beat you to the punch because I knew it was coming.
Beat me to it.
Put you on the spot, you bastard.
Leclerc.
That's a good chat.
Will says Vapid. Let's open it up to chat as well, guys. Who is finishing Q3 on pole?
Kids, let's go.
Ooh.
Put that one out there for you. How about
Let's
that?
go on pole. Okay. Make sure Tom don't do that in the race. Do
He's
what,
actually
Jack?
good qualifying, you know. Interesting, Ryan. Nice choice.
So Constant Ryan has gone. Leclerc, Vapid, Kislesko. We shall see. First cars coming out now. And as usual, it is Mr. Fuck You J, the first person to be setting a lap time here in Q3. Oh, Kirby is happy with P10. Kirby is just... Or has Kirby crashed? No, Kirby's crashed at T2. TM Kirby has crashed at turn 2.
Ah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or has it?
Foggy J leading him around on his out that.
Or was it?
This is
I don't
where
know. I don't
we
know,
need
actually,
to
because
see the driver.
Kirby's in the pits.
Was it?
Well, he's in the pits, so I'm not sure. There was a yellow flag, though, as Kirby retired, which is why I queried whether he crashed. But I wonder whether it was just Vapid going deep. A dupe new. Chloe has said Leclerc, Dom, and Papa Goose. Love how she names the 3 that she actually knows on a personal level. There's no reason why she's named those 3. See what happens to him when I'm not there. See, you're not there to push him, Will. That's why. Right, here we go. We'll ride on board with Fuck You J as he sets the first lap in Q3.
Dumb.
Watching these lines from Fuck You J. Fuck You J is, of course, he is a pad user. He does drive on controller. So you will occasionally see a couple of extra movements by Fuck You J in the corners. You won't see his turning as smooth as some of the other drivers. Oh, yellow flag in sector 1. Who's that? Is that one of the... I think that was Cam.
He got out, he was getting out of the way.
Ah, there we go. Cam getting out of
Carried
the way.
his teammate.
We don't want to get too close to that wall, Fuck You J. You're all good. Into the castle section, the dreaded castle section. Wonder how many victims that castle section is going to take this evening.
Tell you what, if he gets this right, let's go might get a distant toe. Don't know how far back he is.
Yeah, you can see him in the background. If you go onto the rear view of Fuck You J, you see him there.
Oh, he's invalidated! Final corner, well, almost the final corner, obviously, apart from some chicanes on the straight, but he invalidated on the exit because let's go, he was flying. He had a toe off Cam down the DRS straight.
There we go, Fuck You J, 140.7. Dom the Noodle goes a whole second faster. 139.7 from Dom the Noodle. See what Jezza can get up to. But we've got guys just ahead. We've got Geordie goes second. Leclerc goes pole. Jezza dives into the pits, interesting.
38.7.
Interesting decision there by Jezza. Comes into the pits. See what
Vapid.
Vapid can do. Goes second. Goes front row.
38.9.
Front row there for Vapid. So we've got Leclerc, Vapid, Dom the Noodle, top 3 at the moment. Constant Ryan has said, pad is strong here if you get it right. Pad could be the strat if you know what you're doing. big lockups there like that. Big.
I've still got 7 minutes, plenty of time to put a fresh set on and go again yet.
The Papa Goose is about to start a hot lap, so we will ride with the Haas driver as he comes around to set a lap time. Did have a yellow flag there coming through the castle section. I think it was just Geordie and Vapid getting in a little bit close, potentially to a wall. We shall see what Papa Goose can do as he comes through sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 2. That's just Geordie. He has run on. He has done what Dom the Noodle did in the previous session. Completely misjudged his braking zone there and has gone into the runoff area. Papa Goose goes purple in sector 1 on his screen. Let's see what this Haas driver is able to do. What is it with that truck? I don't know, Will. I don't know, Will. Everyone seems to want to see that truck. They're getting excited by the truck. I don't know why, but they are.
Haas seems to be so unsettled on the exit of the corners. It just wants to. He has this. Just a quick snap that he has to catch almost every other time.
Ah, there we go. That's why. Leclerc's in chat. Apparently that truck is offering free ice cream. That's why all the drivers keep running into that little runoff area. They're going to pick up an ice cream. We'll see now as Papa Goose comes through the final few corners. We're right on board for him during the next section. What I'll also do is I'll chuck his telemetry on so you guys can see where the DRS line is. That line he's just crossed. You see that rear wing open now. Papa Goose on the run up to the line. Crosses the line and goes P6. A 1:47.74. Who have we got next? KieranWright92. Nope. Cameras on an outlap. Who is further ahead of KieranWright92 and Jezza? It would be KieranWright92. Dom the Noodle is on one. No, Dom the Noodle was very much on an in-lap. Dom the Noodle very much on a in-lap. So let's jump to KieranWright92. As long as there's no clown called Pennywise, I'm good. Well, there we go. You've heard it here first, ladies and gents. As long as there's no clowns called Pennywise, Big Will is going for an ice cream. Very nice line there by KieranWright92 through the castle section. We mentioned it earlier. I wonder how many victims that castle section is going to take this evening. We shall see. We are into the last 4 minutes of qualifying now here in Baku.
This is the corner where he DQ'd on exit last time. A lot more cautious about it this time.
He's all good this time. Through the S's now comes KieranWright92. Let's see what he can do. This is Swayze's pick for pole. I'm not sure if he's going to do it this lap. KieranWright92 crosses the line, goes third at 1:39.1. Jump to Jezza, who goes fourth at 1:39.3. Papa Goose P6 with a 1:40.1. Cam is now on a hot lap, coming towards the end of his lap. Let's see what Cam can do. Good luck getting a flight. Very, very true. It's a very long-winded route, put it that way, if you want to get yourself to Baku from the United Kingdom. It's not a fun journey, I'll tell you that. Cam goes P6. 1:39.4 from Cam. The final 3 minutes, Jezza's done what he thinks he needs to. Or has Jezza potentially binned? Has Jezza binned it? When I go on board with Cam, I have a funny feeling Jezza may have Danny Ricciardo this. Has Jezza Danny Ricciardo? Jezza has Danny Ricciardo.
No.
Jezza has... Jezza has Danny Ricciardo / Yuki Tsunoda in it. Oh, Jezza. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That is not good.
Well, I was going to say Jezza's retired and he's done all he can, but he's actually crashed out. But he's got that lap time for P4 at the moment. Let's see if Flash UJ can improve. 3/10 up
Vapid,
on his time at the moment.
Leclerc going back out. Geordie back out on track.
Yeah, pretty much everyone who can go out is going to go out. Baku JSSA 3/10 up at the moment. He's on for a net 40.4, which would take him just above Geordie. Let's see what FarQJ can do now on the run up to the line. Crosses the line. Goes P8. He does go above. 2/10 faster. Oh, and potentially forgets to turn. FarQJ goes a little bit too deep. Yeah, into T1, but it's all good. It is all good. Who is next on a hot lap? I think it is just Geordie. He's going very, very slowly. I don't think just Geordie is on a lap anymore.
Okay, let's go behind him, definitely is.
Yep. We'll keep an eye on KieranWright92. We've got Vapid and Leclerc going very, very slowly there.
He's down on his time at the moment though by plus 0.919.
Cam does not like this track. Neither does Constant Ryan. Cam has retired from the session. I believe that's in the pits. We'll see who have we got around. Just Geordie is very much on a go slow. But Geordie is not looking to set a lap time because Let's Go, I think, is going to be the next driver to be setting a hot lap.
Yeah, has he pulled it back a bit?
He has.
Yes, he has. He's up this time.
He's the 10th up. He can find another 10th in this final stage, so he could potentially prevent Vapid Coupe from being on that front row of the grid. The flag has now fallen, so these will be the last laps of all of the drivers here in qualifying. Let's Go running up to the line now. Can he put it on pole? He can't. He doesn't. He improves, but not enough to overtake Vapid. It is 1/100th of a second. I'm told by Constant Ryan it is a mega first sector from TeS Leclerc. We will jump onto that in just a second, just looking around. Yeah, we've got Vapid and then Leclerc. So we'll see what these guys can do. Is Vapid up on his time? Let's have a look. Vapid is about half a second up on his time.
Yeah, but Vapid's towing his opposition.
But Vapid is, as you say so, is towing Leclerc. We're actually going to watch this from Leclerc's on board. Constant Ryan's calling it now. TeS Leclerc into the 37s. Let's have a look. It's a distant tow. Vapid goes 38.4. Leclerc goes 38 dead! Oh. 38 dead by Leclerc. That is pole position for TeS Leclerc.
You were right. You know, I
Did say I called it.
Let's Go, but yeah, but I didn't want to go with predictable because I mean you see that and then you just have to, you know, you have to ask, you know, because we all know, right, that Leclerc is pretty much the god of Monaco. He loves that place and he's a phenomenal driver around there. But he fucking dominates most street circuits. What is it with him and street circuits? What's this about? Every time he goes to a street circuit, Singapore, you know, I know he likes that one as well.
He does.
It's just something about this guy with street circuits. He shines through.
He does indeed. Who predicted that top three, I wonder? It's a very, very good point, Constant Ryan. You did exactly predict that top three. Mr. Leclerc very, very happy with his performance there. So we'll just wait for the confirmation on a start time. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be in the region of about 9 o'clock. Maybe 9:02, 9:03, something in that region. And there we go. 21:02 start, guys. We've got a 3-minute wait before we go live once again. So what we're going to do is, if I can get it to work, first time. I mean, this is me we're talking about. Probably not going to get it to start the first time. but if we can get it up and it decides to work, we will play the SFR intro one more time before we get into the race. There we go. We are back, ladies and gents. Before we get started here with the racing in Baku. Hopefully you did enjoy the SFR intro video. As usual. There we go. We should be back now with picture. The audio came back, so hopefully the picture has come back just as well. There we go. And we've got our ready ups. We are ready to go. And I think it's only fair that as we start, we've got to do what we normally do, which is Mr. Jarve. Did I change that? Did we change it? No, my shoes. No, we didn't.
Oh no, my shoes.
Oh no, my shoes! Okay, mate, we got a few hard-ons today. We got Kvyat and the two Willies have gone hard. Everybody else with a free choice is medium, apart from Giovinazzi, who's gone soft.
Thank you for that very precise information, Jeff.
We go, you know what, Jarve? You're actually partially right for a change. I'll give it to you. You're actually partially right for a change. Oh, Dirty D's been disqualified from the session. Lovely. So we have got the top six all on those medium tyres. Papa Goose on the softs. Baku J on the mediums. Just Geordie and Kirby on the softs as well. Tom Gorian and Constant Ryan putting that alternate strat Swayze. They're on the hard tyre to start. With Christo.
I think Ryan's just going to go out to the ring.
Christo and Sambo on the mediums, with Dirty D also on those hards. But his hards are going to be very, very cold, as are just Geordie's softs, as they've both been disqualified from the formation lap. So they are now sitting on the grid, whilst their tyres are getting very, very cold. So we did our pole prediction. Let's do our race prediction. Who's winning this race, boys?
I mean, you know TeS Leclerc's history on street tracks. You've seen that pole lap. Can you bet against him? I don't think you can. I think he's going to have it fully in control from the word go. However, with that said, provided that Constant Ryan keeps it out of trouble, and you know with the rain, if the rain comes if the rain comes after the mediums expire, but before the hards do, and Ryan can go all the way to the changeover to Inters without the extra pit stop, you know, that's 30 seconds in the bag, isn't it? So, and if there's a driver out there capable of starting on the hards and making something out of it, Ryan has to be that driver for sure.
Yep, I think those are probably going to be the two ones to mainly keep an eye on. I'm gonna say that the rain's going to come a little bit earlier than people think, and the King of the Rain is going to come out and do what the King of the Rain does best. So I'm going to say Vapid. I went for Leclerc in quali, but I think you've gone for Leclerc, so I'll change it up a bit. I will go Vapid for the race win here in Baku.
See how people get around the first corner first. Anything Kevin does happen as always in Formula Esports.
Hey! Hey! Steering wheel! Somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on! Move!
Oh,
But hopefully
Jimmy
we are
Raikkonen wants his
almost
gloves
ready to go.
and his steering wheel. Courtesy of Mr. Big Will. We're just waiting for everyone to get
He's gonna
there.
need it, Will.
Here we go. We are getting ready. 4, 5 red lights. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. We're going to run on board with kids. Let's go. It's lights out and away we go here in Baku. And you know what? The top two have gone to an absolutely storming start here. But any Lewis Hamiltons? Nope, but there's definitely an end plate going there.
Not moving. Dirty D's car is not moving.
Ooh. Yeah, can confirm. Dirty D's car has stopped. And Dirty D's been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. Cam has retired as well. We've lost Cam. We've lost Cam. Dirty D has been disqualified. We've lost Cam. Potentially in the exit of turn 2. That is not ideal.
See, like I said, it depends on where the crash as to whether it triggers a safety car.
It is. Leclerc leads the way though.
Tom Gorin going alongside somebody there. I think it was Christo.
It is Tom Gorin alongside Christo. He's made that move.
Leska's had a horrible start, all the way down to 8. Constant Ryan up to 7.
Fantastic, fantastic start by Constant Ryan. We said, depends on whether Constant Ryan's able to keep it out of trouble. And he looks to be doing just that at the moment. He's had a fantastic start. Bear in mind, started in P12. You have to remember that, guys.
Just Geordie going for Jezza on. He's on the softer tyre. He's going to go up the inside. Woohoo! Just Geordie is on the move and into the podium positions. He's got to make the move most of those tyres while he can.
Ooh, that was damage
flag.
there.
You have a yellow flag.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of damage that's been flowing around left, right, and centre there. I think that maybe it's Jezza. It's Jezza. Jezza has damage. Ooh, that could change a few things. See Jezza here falling down.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Jezza!
Oh, that is... Oh my god, and then he goes Sambo straight into the back of me. How did... What were you thinking, Sambo? You seen that massive accident and you just drive straight into it? Why didn't you slow down?
No, to be fair, they are all diving into the pits. There's a lot of cars diving into the pits here. Tom Gorin's in, Sambo's in, Jezza's in.
Well, they're all just smashing into each other.
Papa Goose is in, Kirby's in, Fuck You Jay is in. Lots and lots of drivers in.
Insane. That's Constant Ryan up into 3rd place, just so you know.
Is indeed. What is going on? Oh, someone's just gone deep. Dom the Noodle has just gone very, very deep into the runoff area here. Where we'll let everything sort itself out. Believe it is still TeS Leclerc leading the way. Vapid is in 2nd. Just Jordy is in 3rd.
I am stupid.
Constant Ryan is in 4th. As Big Will plays the I am stupid because there's some interesting things there. Yes, mate.
In our top 4, we have a car on each compound of tyre. We have a soft runner, a home runner, and 2 mediums.
We do indeed. Just gonna let the timing glitch sort itself out, and then you guys will be able to see properly who is where. There we go. Everything is now sorted itself out, guys. These are your current standings. Leclerc leads the way 1.4, 1.5 seconds now ahead of Vapid Coot, with Just Geordie a further 4.5 seconds back. With Constant Ryan, our champion in Season 4 of SFR. Man who started 12th on the grid, currently up to P4 on those hard tyres.
Lesko is gaining on him though, regaining positions. Obviously, he gained back on Dom when beat just then, so he's up a place again. But on the faster compound tyre, it does look from on board that Lesko is gaining on Constant Ryan.
Fuck you, Jay, safety car!
That is a safety car. That is the first safety car.
We have had a safety car.
Just Geordie can get a free pit stop now, and I think he's about the only driver who can.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, I think Geordie's the only person that's going to benefit from this safety car here at the moment. This is definitely playing into his hands. Fortunately, Fuck You Jay just gets it a little bit wrong on...
Although, I don't know how much of a benefit it's going to be, because his teammate Christo is darting into the pits. So...
Geordie at the moment.
Hopefully he'll be clear by the time he gets there.
Well, Geordie's just finished Sector 1 at the moment, so he should, theoretically, be out in time for Geordie to be able to get around and not have too many issues.
Two key things that Geordie needs to do to maximise this safety car pit stop is, one, not pick up a penalty for speeding into the pit lane, and two, not pick up a penalty for braking Delta.
There's also a third very, very important one. Don't damage your car to warrant a wing change.
Yes, you
because
did
that is extra time you do not want in a pit stop, especially at a track like Baku. So will Geordie come into the pits? We'll probably see he will declare his intentions as he comes around this next corner. He does pull off to the left. Is he going to stick to the left? Is he going to stick to the left?
Relapsing.
He's in the middle. Is he going to come in?
Three drivers down.
No. Geordie stays out. Geordie stays out. Deciding he doesn't want to change tyres just yet. Obviously going to go with whatever his strategy may be. Safety car has picked up the leaders though.
I mean...
Because Lesko, however,
has about staying on them. One thing for sure about staying on them, I think, he'll have the best tyre for the restart. He'll be able to get them switched on quicker.
He will. He will indeed, because Lesko has come and decided to use the pits. Put a fresh set of hard tyres onto that Mercedes. We shall see how things go. Because Lesko now needs to try and get himself back to the rest of the pack. Not going to be too hard of a job. One that really needs to be worried is Christo. He is a big 25 seconds back from the car ahead. So Christo with a fair bit of work to do. Try and catch up to the back of the pack.
Massive relief, this safety car for Christo, as Papa Goose has left the session.
We try and get Papa Goose back in. Papa Goose, Papa Goose, Papa Goose, Papa Goose. Yep, that invite has been sent to Papa Goose. So Papa Goose can...
The safety car, bunch everybody up, restart the action for me and you here. Give us that little bit more excitement.
Indeed, we said... Well, I had faith in everyone. I said that we weren't going to have any safety cars. Constant Ryan said
Faith's been
5.
shattered.
Constant Ryan said 5 total, 1 of each from himself. You, I believe, Swayze, said 2 safeties and a virtual.
Yep, as far as QJ's left the session. But he is out of the race, of course.
He has indeed, and the Papa Goose has rejoined us now. He needs to learn how to race, start and take the time. But I guess, Cam, you didn't have the best of runs into turn 2 then, buddy. It's not ideal. Christo is just coming down towards the end of Sector 2 now. Papa Goose, by comparison, is just crossing the line. But Christo is still about a sector down in comparison to everyone else. There we go. Papa Goose is taking control of his car. So all of the Delta times between the cars disappear for just a moment. And then as we get to the next split board, everything will re-update itself. And we will be all good.
Hopefully Christo will catch up this lap. I think somewhere probably around about just after the castle section.
Hopefully. We'll see now. Christo is.
If he does, we can go racing again this lap.
Can. The leaders are just approaching castle now. Christo is about 4 or 5 turns back
He
still.
needs to be on the back of them before they get to the sector 2 safety car line.
There's a couple of cars just making their way through there now.
I think we got another lap.
I think there's going to potentially be another lap. I don't think Christo's going to be back in time. Jump up to TeS Leclerc just in case. Watch from TeS Leclerc's on board. Here's the safety car going. The safety car is not going, so we have got another lap of safety car conditions here in Baku. So we will be going racing again. Hopefully all being well at the end of lap 6. Christo is just getting to the back of the pack. He's now about a corner away from the back of the pack now. They've just hit this straight now. Christo is about a turn or so away from them. Don't want to weave too much, Christo. You've got to remember, you've been going hell for leather, my friend. There we go. We are all back now. Oh, no. Christo has gone into the pits again.
Crying out loud. I think he'll catch straight back up on him. It should be in this lap anyway.
Yeah, regardless of whether Christo catches up to the back of the pack or not, the safety car will come in this lap. Has been out for long enough now. I don't see any damage on Christo's car there either. He's just going to put a fresh set of softs on. I'm just going to confirm on Race Director whether he did actually. Yeah, there was no wing change there. No wing change by Christo, who has made 3 stops already. We are 6 laps into this race.
Alright, we've lost 3 drivers, and Christo has made
3 pit stops.
A stop every other lap.
Pretty much. But safety car now coming up to the castle section for hopefully the final time before we go racing again.
Good stats, are they?
They're not ideal. They're not ideal. Let's go here. Quality wise. Come up the 8th. There we go.
Careful, Dom. Don't damage your car before the restart.
There we go. Christo is coming through the castle section now.
Yeah, it's going to be in this lap.
Christo is on the back of the pack. Everyone is back together. All being well, the lights on the safety car will disappear as we get to the bottom of this hill. And then TeS Leclerc will be pacing the field in Sector 3. And we will be getting ready to go racing again here in Baku. There it is. There go the lights. The lights are off the safety car, which means TeS Leclerc now paces the field in Sector 3. He becomes the safety car. He decides when we start racing. Of course, a reminder as always to all drivers, make sure you do not start overtaking before you cross the start line. If you start making overtakes before you cross the start line, you will be in a lot of trouble from the admin. We shall see. When does Leclerc go? Is he going to go up to the line? He's gone now. Vapid read it though. Vapid was really, really close there. We are back under green flag conditions. We are racing again here in Baku. Oh, Vapid goes deep.
Just George is going to get all. I thought he had a look, didn't he?
He had a look. He definitely had a look. Ooh, big snap from Geordie there though.
Ryan on the horn, right there, putting the pressure on Geordie though.
Oh, Christo looking to potentially make a move on Papa Goose. Side by side. Papagus deeper and braver into the braking zone though. Holds on to P10 versus Christo there.
Very so smooth. Those hard tires must be awful after losing the heat.
There's going to be a bit of a struggle for those guys that are on the hards. Although we have got 4 drivers on the hard tyre at the moment. Got Constant Ryan in 4th, Kislesko in 6th, Jezza just ahead of the man we're currently watching in Papagoose, and then TeS Sambo down in 12th. All on those hard tyres. Sambo lost a couple of positions there on restart. Going to look to see whether Sambo has damage. No, Sambo hasn't got damage, so it was just pass. They were actually legitimate passes. Christo is really, really close to Papagoose there. Woo! He's gonna look at it. No move done yet by Christo.
Just watching from Ryan's point of view, he's just sat behind just Geordie at the moment, looking a little bit nervous out there because Geordie has been, well, oh, he's gone! Oh, there you go. No, he's kept it, but there's serious damage. He's going to have to box that Red Bull.
He's going to box. He needs to pull to the left. He needs to pull to the left. He's coming in.
There's a move going on just in front there. That's Tom Gorian trying to go all the way to back out at the inside of Dom move. Right there, I think Kislesko's just put a move on Dom.
Kislesko up into 4th now. Dom the Noodle drops down to 5th.
Kislesko though, right behind Constant Ryan. Look at the lap difference on those hard tyres. Kislesko possibly in a really good position.
Kislesko is in a very, very strong position here. We shall see Dom the Noodle and Tom Gorian are unofficially fighting for a top 10 spot. Dom the Noodle obviously in the reserves leagues. Tom Gorian in the main drivers leagues. Tom Gorian also currently holding 10th place in that drivers championship. And as we have mentioned a couple of times already, guys, finishing in the top 10 this season is very, very important going into season 5 of SFR. More on that after the race. We've had a yellow flag. It's Christo. Oh, it's Christo. He has had a big moment in the castle. He has, I think, potentially lost a wing. He's lost part of the wing. He has lost some end plate. He's lost some end plate there. I'm going to jump back to TM Kirby's viewpoint here of this battle between himself, Tom Gorian, and Dom the Noodle. Dom the Noodle, though, looking to potentially try and line up a move on Kislesko, so we'll jump up to that, have a quick look and see whether a move is going to potentially materialise here. Leclerc goes 43.5, fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far for your race leader, TeS Leclerc. DRS has now, for the first time this race, been enabled. Because, of course, that safety car came out on lap 3. So we didn't get DRS. It's taken till lap 9 for us to get DRS conditions. Tom Gorian hunting down Dom the Noodle. Is he going to make a move? No, he's not. Christo in the pits.
Oh,
Geordie
I think Dom just kissed the wall a little bit there.
Tom Gorian getting ever closer now to Dom the Noodle. Looking to try and make a move on Dom. You're Tom Gorian here.
Let's go on the harder tyre just in front of Dom. He's not exactly, he's looking fast, but he's not exactly pulling away from Dom at the moment.
He's not, but if you're Tom Gorian here, Swayze, you're looking to just sit behind Dom through this castle session and look to take him on this fast left hand that the guys have got coming up now.
I mean, it's going to be hard to pass him if you're going to wait, it's going to be hard to pass him, because if you're going to wait for DRS, Dom's going to also have DRS from Kislesko to defend against you with, so I feel like you're going to better opportunity to put a pass on in a surprise area, under the brakes maybe.
Yeah, potentially. But we'll see what happens here. The drivers are now coming up to that DRS line. Let's see, Kirby's just going to potentially get it. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2.
It's a Red Bull again.
Christo, he's had a bit of a moment on the corner just before the castle.
Very good. Dom is in that DRS.
Tom Gorian getting closer. Is he going to do it? No, no such moves yet. But I will say, it's not been mentioned yet, Swayze, but since that restart, TeS Leclerc has pulled out a 3.5 second lead over Vapid. Again, just proving your point that you made earlier, how strong TeS Leclerc is around street tracks. Tom Gorian having a look at Dom. Is he going to get him on the inside? Dom's going to get inside for the next little corner, though. Getting really, really close between these two. This is fantastic racing between these two drivers.
A lot better drive, that. Nice move from Tom Gorian.
Tom Gorian makes that stick. Tom Gorian makes that move stick, and that is Tom Gorian up into P5. Now trying to hunt down Kizlesko. Now Dom is potentially going to come under pressure. Oh no, he's not.
Jezza's just a little bit further back at the moment, but Jezza is on the harder tyre.
Jezza has made a move on Kirby. Of course, Kirby was on the back of Dom a lap or so ago. It is now Jezza, the car just behind Dom the Noodle.
Tom Gorian's not hanging around, he's straight onto the back of Kizlesko.
He is indeed. Is he going to look to try and make that move?
Kizlesko gets a lot of exit speed through there.
Dom the Noodle, I think,
nice
is closer.
Straight line speed from Kizlesko.
Dom the Noodle's closer, but Dom has no ERS. He's used up all of his ERS. He's not going to be able to put an attack on. Vapid into the pit. Vapid in the pit.
40%.
On hards. That is Vapid done. Give me a shout when the race is over and I'll jump into the party. Alright, well. Not a problem. Vapid in on the hard tyre. Back out just behind TeS Sambo. And that opens up the lead that Leclerc has. He has clean air behind him now. 7 seconds. So as you can see by chat, guys, we are going to be joined by both of the co-owners of SFR, TeS Leclerc and TeS Big Will, following the podium interviews. We will have Season 5 SFR news coming post-race, so don't go anywhere after the race and after the podium interviews. Tom Gorian getting ever closer now to Kizlesko.
Oh, nice catch for Papa Goose there. What a moment. What an unbelievable catch.
Tom Gorian surely going to look to try and make that move on Kizlesko with DRS, but of course Dom the Noodle is ever so close behind. This could be a double move. Kizlesko could lose this podium.
There on Sambo.
Yeah, Vapid passes Sambo. It's Vapid up to P9 now. Let's see what happens. There you can see getting ever closer, ever closer, ever closer. Pulls to the left. Makes the move on Kizlesko. Dom. Oh, he's done a Lewis. He's done a Hamilton. He's done a Lewis Hamilton. Dom's gone too deep into T1. That's not going to help his race. He has lost multiple positions there as Dom the Noodle falls down to P8. Had a chance to get himself into fourth. And he's fallen all the way down to 8. Dom is not going to be happy with that. Kirby trying to hunt down Jezza. This is Kirby on Jezza trying to make a move for P5 here.
Close still going, Ryan still going. They're all on the original tyres.
They are indeed. Dom as well. Dom is also on the same tyres he started the race on. Omar's in chat. Brake magic button. Maybe. He's in an Alfa Romeo, so I'm pretty sure they're fitted with a Spinella button, but I don't know, he might have a magic brake button as well. He may have a brake magic button as well.
I'll tell you something.
Go on, Swayze.
You hop on board with Leclerc right now and go on board and look forward. Is it me, or are those skies getting dark?
They are getting a little bit dark. I mean, we said the drivers did say to us, rain towards the end of the race. Of course, they didn't say.
Like 12.
Yeah, they didn't say how close towards the end of the race.
Well, yeah. So 3/4, what we're going to be is going to be around about 18, isn't it? So
About that 18, 19.
I think hopefully, you know, say Ryan, if he can go all the way here to you know. And then the question is Leclerc going to have to pit before it rains?
I mean, Vapid puts in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 143.542 on the hard tyre. I mean, you and I both know, Swayze, TeS Leclerc is very, very good at managing his tyre wear. He can pull stints on tyres longer than anyone I know in F1 esports.
That is true, but given even that, you still need Mother Nature to cooperate and rain at the right time. There is a limit to what Leclerc can do. You know, at the end of the day, if it doesn't rain in time, he's going to have no choice but to give in and pit.
It is true. It is very, very true. So, be interesting to watch over the next sort of 4 or 5 laps or so and see whether TeS Leclerc does come into the pits or whether he chooses to try and stay out and hold out for that rain. We are watching Dom the Noodle as he's trying to hunt down Papa Goose and try and regain some of those positions that he lost when he went a little bit too deep into turn 1. Maybe hit that brake magic button, which he didn't mean to hit. He's got a lot closer to Papa Goose now. Papa Goose seems to really be struggling here. Dom has really, really caught up. He was about, I think he was about 7 or 8 tenths back. Oh.
I think I just saw rain.
Ooh, here we go. The rain could be coming sooner than people thought. Dom the Noodle's going to look to try and just get into the slipstream of Papa Goose. Is he going to be able to make any move work though? No such move.
I'll tell you who's not going to want to see rain right now. Vapid. One of the leaders to pit earlier. If Leclerc and Ryan stay out until, you know, get a free pit stop out of it, over Vapid, who's still going to have to pit for the wet tyres just like everybody else, he would have lost the pit stop potentially on the people he was racing.
Yeah, definitely. I think Vapid's going to want this rain to go. Want this rain to wait. Sorry, for just that little bit longer, just so he doesn't have to worry too much about the potential loss of time from him to the leaders. Of course, those leaders are TeS Leclerc and Constant Ryan. TeS Leclerc with an 8-second lead over Constant Ryan. Leclerc's led from the start. He's not really looked to be too phased, even when that safety car came out. TeS Leclerc did not look phased in any way, shape, or form. And he's now holding, as we say, about an 8-second lead over Constant Ryan, the man who started P12 because he, quote, wanted to make it interesting. He's got himself up to second already on those hard tyres. But you've just saw it there, guys. You just saw a couple of spots of rainfall. As those cars were taking that left-hander, you saw it on screen. The rain is definitely coming. Oh, we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car.
Red Bull in the castle. We've got a Red Bull in the castle. This is going to
Geordie.
Is it too early? I think it's going to be too early to
I think it's too early. I think it's too early to jump for Inters.
But this is going to be horrible for all those on slicks because the last thing they want now is to lose the heat while it's raining.
Oh, Geordie's put it in the wall. Geordie's in the wall. Had no front wing coming out of the castle section. Unfortunately, ends up in the wall on the exit of the castle. It's not going to be nice for the Red Bull team. We have got another safety car, but we have had people come in, Swayze. People have come in. Jezza has come in. Kirby has come in. Vapid, most importantly, has come in now. Vapid has come in now at the start of the safety car. That is going to help Vapid. That is going to help Vapid massively. Papa Goose.
They're just through the castle now.
Interesting decision by Papa Goose. Has come into the pits to put fresh mediums on. Sambo has put the intermediate tyre on. Christo stays out. The top 5 have stayed out. Christo has stayed out. Papa Goose has changed for a set of mediums. Everyone else has gone onto the intermediate tyre.
Do you think the Inters are? Do you think the gambling is on the Inters right now? I mean, if you go on board with one of them and look at the track, would you would you honestly think it is actually Inters right now?
I don't think it's well enough for Inters. I think what these guys on the Inters have done.
They're hoping for. Oh dear.
Ooh, Papa Goose speeding under safety car. That's not going to help his race. So
they're hoping it's wet enough at the end of the safety car.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. The guys like Jezza, Kirby, and most importantly, Vapid. Is that a second drive?
It is.
Actually just picked up 2 drive-through penalties, or was it just a game repeating the penalty? No, it is 2 penalties. There's 2 penalties for Papa Goose. Oh, there it is! Leclerc stays out, but Constant Ryan, Tom Gorian, Kizlevko, and Dom the Noodle all come in. 2nd to 5th have all come in.
This could be a race-changing moment for Leclerc right now.
This is a very...
It's getting heavier. It's getting heavier.
This is a very, very interesting call by your race leader, choosing not to come in yet. And of course, he's now been picked up by the safety car, which means Constant Ryan's going to be able to catch. And he will probably pass Leclerc in the pit stops. Papa Goose coming in to change
look
tyres.
how many people are already out, already out, by the time he gets around here now, he's going to be, he's going to come out of the back. Has Leclerc, if he needs to go to Inters now, thrown it away.
Potentially. Christo stays out though. Christo has decided he's going to stay out.
It's either a genius call or he's throwing it away. One or the other thing.
Constant Ryan is approaching the castle now. Leclerc's coming towards the end of Sector 2. So if Leclerc was to pit now, he would lose the lead of this race to Constant Ryan. Very, very interesting to see what happens. Get involved in the chat, guys. What do you think is going to happen? Has Leclerc made a mistake by not coming in? Or is it a stroke of genius? You let us know in the Twitch chat whether you think it is a stroke of genius by TeS Leclerc or whether he has made a grave, grave error.
I mean, even if he's not going to go on to Inters, surely he's got to come off of those mediums.
He's coming in. Leclerc's coming in. Leclerc is coming into the pits now. So Constant Ryan is going to take the lead of this Grand Prix. Tom Gorian jumps in. Kizlevko jumps Leclerc now. Jezza jumps Leclerc. Kirby. Does Kirby jump Leclerc? He does. Does Dom the Noodle? Can Leclerc get out ahead of Dom the Noodle? I think he is. Leclerc comes out P6. Leclerc is out in 6th place. There's Kirby, his teammate Jezza, Kizlevko, Tom Gorian, and Constant Ryan ahead of him.
Of course now, genuine, Kizlevko, Tom Gorian, they're genuinely there in position. This is not out of sequence from pit stops now. That's where they are. That is their race position. So, they're more than entitled now to defend it to the end if they want.
Yep, they can indeed. Just waiting for the last couple of drivers to catch up. Christo has now decided to come into the pits.
For the 7th time?
This is now 5 pit stops for... There's 5 pit stops for...
Of course, then once the safety car pulls in, within those 3 laps, Papa Goose has to drive through the pits twice on 2 of them.
He does. So pretty much on this safety car restart, expect to see Papa Goose come into the pits. When we go into green flag conditions, expect Papa Goose to instantly come into the pits and serve the first of those 2 drive-throughs. He will then obviously have 3 laps again to serve the other one. Expect him to do back-to-back The first 2 laps following the safety car restart.
Which I think will probably be next lap.
I don't know. Christo's in P11 at the moment. He's only just coming up to the castle. I think we could, unless the game's going to restart the race without Christo at the back of the pack. It's going to be interesting. We shall see indeed as Papa Goose just made a move on Sambo.
No, Sambo's in the pits.
No, Sambo is now in the pits. What is Papa Goose doing?
And you can't serve your driver penalty under safety car conditions, my friend.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think Papa Goose realises this. He's going to be coming in for a pit stop. Oh, it's a new wing going onto Papa Goose's car as well. And the same for Christo.
Say wets.
So, I'm thinking that potentially a little bit of damage there from both Papa Goose and Sambo. Christo up into P9 now. All the cars are now out. Again, back out on track. So, just got to wait for these guys to try and catch up to the back of the pack now. What are you thinking, Swayze? This lap or another one? I think it's going to be another one.
Nah, we need some racing action. I'll try to look at it. It looks prime for it. The spray. I want to see it. I want to see the chaos of this restart.
Bro, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see some racing. But I don't know whether the game is going to allow these drivers to restart with 3 cars not onto the back of the pack. Let's quickly jump though to
of course, you're right.
We shall see though. We'll jump onto Constant Ryan's onboard to see if the lights go out on that safety car. They do. They do.
Oh, Sambo picks up a
Sambo
with Papa Goose.
and Papa Goose have had a little coming together.
That'll be damage that somebody didn't want.
Well, Papa Goose has now left the session.
Maybe it was Papa Goose the car behind. Did he get damaged? I don't know.
Let's have a quick look on a broadcast cam.
Doesn't look like it.
Can't see
Cross
any
Ryan
damage.
leading the way.
What's up, Ryan? Now about to get us back on the way. We're about to go racing at the start of lap 19. There he goes. He's gone. We are back under green flag conditions. We are racing once again here in Baku. Leclerc very, very quickly making a move.
Let's go. Got a slide on the exit.
I think they may have been.
Dom the Noodle up the inside of Jezza there.
Ooh, Vapid! Vapid's on one. Vapid is definitely on one. What a move by Vapid Coup up into P5 following that restart. I'm wondering whether Leclerc went a little bit too early and had to hand the positions back. Vapid took advantage of Leclerc having to hand those positions back and has jumped up to 5th, overtaking TeS Leclerc in the process. Constant Ryan does lead though. Fantastic, fantastic restart. Jezza letting his teammate through. Leclerc and Jezza are going to probably try and look to work together here to get themselves back onto the back of Vapid and further up. Jezza and Kirby having a little battle side by side just before the castle section. Kirby holds on though. Oh, sorry, Kirby doesn't get the position. Jezza holds on.
Let's go under extreme pressure from Dom, who's under pressure from Vapid.
Indeed, let's see if we're going to have any moves done on this first lap following the safety car restart. Approaching the end of lap 19 of 26 here in Baku. This is our penultimate race of the season here in season 4 of SFR. Myself and Swayze will be live next Saturday from 7:30 for our finale. The grand finale of season 4 from the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. So be sure to join us there. But for now,
too much through the S's. I think Vapid's going to get it. Oh, shit. I thought he was going to make contact.
Vapid gets the move done on Dom the Noodle. That is Vapid up into P4, hunting down, looking to hunt down Kizoko. And Dom comes back. Dom comes back and Vapid makes the move into T1. That is Dom the Noodle back up into P4. And this battle's going to continue. We're going to stay with Vapid here. Can Vapid re-overtake Dom the Noodle? Pulls to the left, has a look, decides against it. Christo overtakes Sambo overtakes Christo for P9. Christo gets him back though. There it is, it's on the straight. Up towards turn 3. Christo makes it stick. Sambo's not going to be able to get to him. Papa Goose's AI car is now in the pits, serving that drive-through penalty. But you can see, we're going to watch this from Leclerc's onboard, because this is the best possible view of this little battle. Dom, Vapid, Leclerc, all battling for P4. This is your battle for 4th place. Vapid got off to a fantastic start following the safety car restart. Gets an early move done on TeS Leclerc. Leclerc now trying to fight back and see if he can catch back up.
Speaking of catching up, you look a gap at the top.
Yeah, Tom Gorian within a second of Constant Ryan. Of course, because we are under wet conditions, there will be no DRS. DRS will not be re-enabled this race. So if anyone is going to make moves, they need to do it on pure skill and that all-important ERS battery. Gonna have a look at the batteries at the moment. Constant Ryan with 74%. Tom Gorian lingering around the 50% mark. Tom Gorian's going to want to try and look after a little bit more of that battery. He wants to try and make that move on Constant Ryan. Leclerc within 6/10 of Vapid, who's within 8/10 of Dom the Noodle. Those are the battles we're currently looking at. It's the battle for the lead and the battle for P4. Those are your main battles. With, what, 5.5 laps to go, Swayze?
Yeah, oh, so Tom Gordon almost went in the wall, dropped a little bit of time there. Yeah, there's the move, that was of course.
Sambo making a move on Christo for P9.
Just watching this battle intensely between Tom Gorian and Constant Ryan at the moment. He gets so close and then Ryan just pulls away. I'm not sure whether Tom Gorian's doing a good job or whether nobody taught Constant Ryan not to play with his food.
I don't know, but on the note of gaps, the gap between Dom the Noodle and Kislesko seems to have closed quite a bit. This could now be a battle for P3 rather than a battle for P4.
I would not have guessed that the prediction earlier for Dom on the podium would have been up there as being a contender for being right.
Here we go, Vapid Coupe trying to hunt down Dom the Noodle. Ford's going to have to just do it with his battery. Dom goes left to the fence. Oh! That was interesting.
Why, Dom? Why?
It looked to me that Dom had already made that move to the left and he came across to the right a little bit too quickly. He should have known that Vapid was there. But I don't know.
I think that's got Vapid. Has he got damage?
Vapid. I don't think Vapid does have damage. I know Dom has damage. Dom definitely has wing damage. I don't think Vapid does. I think Vapid has somehow come out of that unscathed. Nope, Vapid has 0 damage on that McLaren. He's come out of that completely unscathed. Vapid, very lucky there. He has dropped that P4 though to Leclerc, who is now going to look to try and hunt down Kislesko and grab that final podium place. Christo's in the pits. That's another pit stop for Christo in the Red Bull. But Tom Gorian within half a second now of Constant Ryan. He's really looking to try and see if he can make this move work. Can he catch the SFR champion?
Full lock up. The full lock up in the wet. Tile scooch and everything.
Here we go. Can Tom Gorian get himself onto an SFR podium? He's got to say, Swayze, from where he is, even if he can't take the race win, second surely has to be a very strong possibility for Tom Gorian in the Racing Point.
Definitely, you know, all he needs to do is just keep it out of the wall for 4 laps, not pick up any corner cuts, and he's got a nice cushion behind him to Kieranowright.
Does indeed. Kirby makes the move on Dom the Noodle. Tom Gorian looking to try and see if he can catch up to Constant Ryan, coming around turn 2 now. Onto the straight. Is Constant Ryan using his ERS? He's not using ERS to get away. He's just using pure straight line speed.
I don't think anybody really taught Constant Ryan not to play with his speed.
But I mean, here we go. Leclerc looking to potentially line up a move on Kieranwright. Had a look. Just wants to let Kieranwright know he's there. Domino coming into the pits now. Having to change the front wing of that Alfa Romeo following the damage that he received from that collision with Vapid. We won't comment too much more on that. We will leave that to the stewards here in SFR to deal with any potential incident that may come from that. But here we go. Tom Gorian has dropped a gap now. The gap between himself and Constant Ryan is getting closer to that second mark again. Coming towards the end of lap number 23 of 26 here in Baku.
He gets so close coming down the downhill section to Ryan, and then Ryan just bolts off.
Nice. I'm going to go back to a point that Big Will made in quali when we were riding on board with Tom Gorian. He is very, very good in the corners. Christo has had another off. He's gone a little bit too deep again. But it's something Will pointed out in quali. In the corners, Tom Gorian really does carry a fair bit of speed. And that seems to be where he's picking up the majority of the gap between himself and Constant Ryan, where he's closing in the most. It's on the straights here where Constant Ryan is able to pull away from Tom Gorian. We have got 3 laps to go. TeS Leclerc
with
hunting down Kieranwright. What were you saying, Swayze?
the way Ryan drives, how he lines his car up and uses all of the track, and how smooth he is with the throw. He gets no wheel spin and gets all the power to the ground and generates such a smooth and fast exit onto the straights.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely.
don't think it's to do with the fact that the car's aerodynamically faster.
No, I think it is purely just the. It is the driver, the racecraft of Constant Ryan. As Dom the Noodle makes a pass on TES Samba. As Dom the Noodle up into P8. You see here, Constant Ryan has now bridged over a second's gap to Tom Gorian. So I'm wondering whether Tom had a little bit of an issue there going through the castle section, or he has just genuinely lost out on time. Someone who hasn't lost out on time though.
The RS on.
Someone who hasn't lost any time is TeS Leclerc. He is right on that gearbox of Kieranwright. Surely it's a matter of when, not if, TeS Leclerc makes that move on Kieranwright.
As soon as he can get a good exit. Kieranwright does get a nice exit though. He's carrying nice straight line speed, and you say there's no DRS, and they've both got pretty similar ERS. So.
Indeed they do. Both lingering around that 30% mark. We've got 10 wonderful people from the SFR family in the chat at the moment. Hope you are enjoying the penultimate race of the season, guys, here in Season 4. As we said, myself and Swayze will be back next Saturday night for the grand finale from Silverstone. Stream will be live from about 7:30.
You almost hit the wall. Oh, Dom did hit the wall.
Dom does hit the wall. I think Samba has got damage. But there is end plate damage on that Williams. There is indeed end plate damage on that Williams. Let's have a quick tot up of the constructors' standings. Who has fastest lap at the moment? Let's have a quick nosy.
Oh shit. I thought Tom Gorgon was about to go out then.
Vapid currently holds the fastest lap, so that is fine.
I don't see that being improved upon now. The rain has unleashed itself upon us.
Indeed, so it will probably be Vapid Coot that picks up the extra point for the fastest lap. But whilst we are watching, I'm going to watch TeS Leclerc because he's getting so close to Kieranwright92 now. And as we're watching that, and we'll let Swayze commentate on that, I'm going to try and do some maths and work out what is happening in the constructors' standings.
You do that, of course. Jez is still fighting further back in the field, but at the moment his teammate in AlphaTauri, TeS Leclerc, right behind the Mercedes of Kieranwright92, fighting it out for that P3. Kieranwright92 gets a good exit. TeS Leclerc on the run, of course, all down to ERS now. No DRS. Doesn't look like he's gaining that much down the straight, because Kieranwright92's straight line speed is just phenomenal at the moment.
Oh, looking here now,
Able to defend.
Vapid getting close to Leclerc. Vapid could come in for a late run. Just doing a little tot up there. It's 7 points gained by the Williams team at the moment. 7 points gained, so the gap between the top two in the constructor standings will be 15 points going into the final race of the season. So, be ready for that, ladies and gents. We're going to be in for a ding-dong battle next week around the world-famous Silverstone circuit. We're going to see Constant Ryan coming through the castle section for the final time. Approaching a very slow-moving Christo. Is Constant Ryan going to pass Christo before the end of this race?
No, shit, that's Leclerc having a look at Kieranwright92 there almost.
Does indeed.
Oh shit, there's a little bit of there's contact between Tom Gorgon and Constant Ryan.
Ooh. And I think the slow-moving Christo has potentially helped Tom Gorgon here. We're going to stick with this battle. On the one up to the line, is Tom Gorgon going to be able to make a move on Constant Ryan and get the win from our world champion? He's got the slipstream,
DRS was on,
but it's not going to be enough. Constant Ryan wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Tom Gorgon finishes in second place, his first podium here in SFR. And now we watch, can Leclerc get the move done on Kieranwright92? No, he can't! The pain of Canada does not hit Kieranwright92 twice. Kieranwright92 gets a podium now. His second podium here in SFR. Of course, Kieranwright92 was in a very strong position in Canada. Unfortunately, penalties did knock him down a little bit, but he is there finishing in third place. Leclerc finishes in fourth. Vapid in fifth. Jezza in sixth. Kirby finishes in seventh. Just waiting for Dom the Noodle to cross the line now in eighth. Big Will puts it in chat. A 12th to first by Constant Ryan. Well done, Kirby, says Will. The closing chat saying he was brake checking me. That's not ideal. Could potentially be a little bit more work for the stewards to deal with there. Swayze, do you want to try and see if you can get Constant Ryan, Tom Gorgon and Kieranwright92 into the party with us, my friend?
I will try.
Thank you very much. There we go. That is going to bring us to the end. Constant Ryan picks up driver of the day. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Starts in P12, brings it up to win the race for the Williams team.
Well, I did say that was possible at the start.
Here we go. We will wait for the full standings to appear. There it is. Constant Ryan is your race winner. Tom Gorian finishes in second place, with Kislesko finishing in third. Leclerc just missing out on that podium in fourth. Vapid in fifth. Jezza in sixth. Kirby seventh. Domino in eighth. Papagoose in ninth. And Sambo in 10th, rounding off your top 10. Christo is classified in 11th, a lap down, with Just Geordie, FarQJ, Cam, and unfortunately Dirty D, the 4 drivers, to unfortunately not finish the race this evening. Not ideal. We've got a couple of our podium places coming to join in. Tom, don't worry too much about including audio, bud. I'm streaming through a PC, so your audio will automatically be included.
Yeah, no worries.
Awesome.
So we're just going to see.
I wonder if Jamie was wearing an England shirt tonight.
I have absolutely no idea. I'm sure it's something.
He's gonna throw it away.
I'm sure it's something that can be asked later on. Don't know if we're going to have. I'm not sure whether we're going to have Kislesko join us.
He doesn't usually have a mic, so I don't think he will join.
Okay, not a problem. Thank you for letting us know about that, Tom. So what we will do then is we will pass over to, well, we will get the showroom ready so everyone can see everything. Before we do that, I suppose, I mean, I play it too much. I'm playing it too much, Shane. Gotta play it again. Right, well, as always, as we do have now in SFR, it's time for the national anthems. So we'll first be playing the national anthem of our race winner, Constant Ryan, followed by the British national anthem for the Williams team. So we shall be back with you and with the driver podium interviews in just a moment. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of the Republic of Ireland and Great Britain for our race winner there, Constant Ryan. But we will first have a chat with someone who we've not actually had a chance to have a chat with yet in SFR.
Hey!
Mr. Tom Gorian in the Racing Point. Second place, first ever podium here in SFR. How are you feeling,
Hell
mate?
yeah.
Talk us through your race.
I can't lie, I'm a little bit gutted because the win was there, and I felt like this race, it only took one mistake, one lock-up, one missed shift, gone wide in a corner. That's what it came down to in the end. And yeah, I mean, I think my skills in Baku were pretty good, considering that, you know, it's Baku, it's tight, it's narrow, and then you just add the rain onto it, and it's just a different race after that. About the start, chose to go on mediums, but the game put me on hards, so went on hards. I think Jezza had a crash at the end of the first lap, so he went wide into the curve, and I tried to pass him around the outside and I got damage. Pitted for medium tyres, and then the race really kicked off from there. 2 safety cars put me up the field. I think Vapid had a bit of a strategy nightmare. I don't know why he pitted so early, but by the time I was battling Label and got rid of Label, then I was in the top 3. Second safety car came out, and then the discussion was about when to go on inters. Is it too dry? Because with this game, you never know when the right time is. I've learned from multiple experiences in league racing that if you go too early, it costs you the race. So I knew that it was all about going on the inters at the right place at the right time. And as soon as Constant Ryan went in, I was like, okay, I've got to follow him, because what he does is going to decide this race. So we both went on inters. Leclerc, he pitted, and by the time you know it, I was in second. And obviously the thought was to, you know, not make a mistake and, you know, secure a podium, but I wanted to at least have a go, at least try and you know, win. And I'd figured, hell, since Ryan is the champion, he's already won, maybe he might let me win. But, you know, champions don't do that. They don't give anyone wins. And, you know, for those last 9 laps, I tried, but, you know, it weren't enough. But at the end of the day, a podium's a podium, and yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah, it definitely is a good day for you. You were getting so close. There were times where you were literally right up his gearbox, getting so close to potentially being able to make that move, but the move just wasn't able to come for you. Do you think if that race had gone on a couple more laps, you might have been able to get him?
We'll never know. I just think it just came down to straight line speed, especially when the inters came. I think he had more straight line speed. I had more downforce because I was gaining on him in sectors 2 and sector 3 almost. But, you know, just when I was following him, I just didn't have any straight line speed at all to really, you know, do something towards Ryan. But I don't think, you know, you might say maybe 1 lap, 2 laps, 3 laps, but it's all about, you know, who can be perfect, who can keep it on the track, and who can't make mistakes. And that's all it comes down to, one mistake. You know, if Ryan goes wide, turn 1, if he does a Lewis Hamilton, misses braking point, then I take his position and I maybe win the race. But, you know, on this day and this occasion, Ryan didn't make a mistake, and yeah, he won the race.
Indeed, but that does also help consolidate your position currently in P10 in the drivers' standings. Going into the final race in Silverstone, there will be an announcement from myself, TeS Leclerc, and TeS Big Will very shortly in regards to next season. And I gave a couple of little teasers during the race, saying that finishing the top 10 is very important going into next season. Do you think you can do it? Do you think you can keep yourself in that top 10?
I think it's mathematically possible now for me to finish in the top 10. I think Kirby scored points today. Sainz didn't race, so I think regards, I think I've already secured my place in the top 10. But I think I know why the top 10 is important for this game. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to name, but I know why. But yeah, I think considering that I joined here midway through, well, just over midway through, and I've already achieved my first podium, I think really, you know, lifts my expectations for maybe next season on the new game. But, you know, we move to Silverstone for the final race of the season, and yeah, if we can finish the season, you know, with a really good position, I think that'll be the best place to go. So, yeah.
Indeed. Well, congratulations on that, P2. We have had Kizlesko join us. So
thank you.
What we will do is we will leave Constant Ryan on edge for just that little bit longer. We will go and have a chat with the driver who finished in 3rd place today for the Mercedes team. It is Kizlesko. The second time you've been on the podium here in SFR. First time you've actually been able to have a chat with us. How do you feel that race went for you?
Well, ups and downs, let's be honest. My race was quite a bit chaotic, let's be honest. I can't even count how many times I got hit, but lucky I didn't end up in the wall.
Yeah, very, very lucky. I mean, it's a tough technical track here in Baku. The walls are very, very close when you are driving around. You were having a very, very big, long battle with TeS Leclerc towards the end of the race there for that final podium position. Was there ever a worry from you that he was going to overtake you and he was going to take 3rd place? Or did you feel quite confident?
Yeah, I felt that both Vapid and TeS Leclerc were gonna overtake me because their pace was so much better than mine. I completely struggled on the intermediates at the end of the race. What I was focusing on is just to come home. Not in the, well, lucky I finished on the podium, but to be fair, it would have been okay if I came home in 5th.
That's fair enough. So you just mentioned the rain there. Do you think the rain played a massive part in your race?
Yes, it did. Because I was, I don't know, at least 1.5 seconds slower than Ryan and Tom in P1 and P2.
That's fair enough. So next week we are going to Silverstone, arguably the home of British motorsport, for our finale. How are you feeling going into Silverstone next week?
Silverstone is probably the most cruel track to me because I was always involved in an incident literally every league race in Silverstone. Even in the last Silverstone race, which was in VOR, I got involved in a Love 1 incident, and somehow I came home in 1st. I don't know how I did that, but it really happened.
Well, there we go. Hopefully you don't get yourself into any lap 1 incidents when we arrive in Silverstone next week. Swayze, is there anything from you for our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Kizlesko? Oh, he's gone.
I mean, obviously, guess not.
He has gone.
We guess not.
We guess not. That's fine. So we move on to our race winner, and then of course we will get the main guys of SFR in, so we can talk about next season. So we'll keep this short. We'll keep this sweet. Constant Ryan, Shane, you said you wanted entertainment. You started 12th. You came through and won it. How do you have so much speed?
I think I was just keeping it clean that race. I knew there was going to be chaos. I'm surprised no one I actually gave away the strategy in the stream, because hard to mediums or hard to softs is so much quicker than going mediums hard or medium soft if you're really good in your tyre wear. So I was kind of surprised no one kind of did the same. Yeah, I just kept it clean, trying not to be a hero. That interstint was just the craziest. Like I had no tyre temperature. There was in like the way I have the circles of temperature, it was in the blue the whole time, so I was just one lock-up away from putting it in the wall, and yeah, it was just on the edge. The setup was just awful. I was running like 111, 2.3 or something. I just had no grip, so I was just trying to save as much ERS for the straight on the end, because I was feeling he was going to try push me at the end of the last straight. So I was like, right, wait till then, let's deploy all the ERS, and yeah, that's exactly what happened. I went a bit wide in the last corner because I think it was definitely full wet 2 laps from the end, without a doubt, but obviously there's no point pitting then. But yeah, kept it clean, just brought it home. Surprised, one of my weaker tracks to kind of get that, because anywhere it was very hard braking, I just tend to struggle. But yeah, paid off.
Definitely did pay off. That is another win to add to your tally this season. Moving into the season finale in Silverstone next week. How are you feeling about Silverstone?
Kind of up and down track. This first sector I always struggle with. Maggots, Beckets and all I tend to be very quick in. But yeah, it'll be interesting. The track isn't bad, but it's not my favourite, but I don't hate it or anything like I do Baku. I do enjoy driving around there. I imagine it's going to be a big DRS train, to be honest, knowing there, because you can't really save DRS around there either as well. But yeah, just see what happens. I say it'll be a big battle to the end, because it's very hard to run away.
Yes, indeed. Swayze, anything from you before we bring the big boys in to discuss next season?
Yeah, just obviously for both drivers actually that are still in the party, you know, with it obviously being Silverstone, you know, weather could be seriously on the cards, you know, probably in a lot worse conditions today if it does what it does at Silverstone normally. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, are you seeing enough rain for the season, or would you be happy to have more next week?
Well, this time I'll actually practice first. I didn't practice the wet for Baku. It was basically, you were watching me practice during the race, just trying to figure out where to brake because it was changing every lap. But somehow I kept out of barrier. Silverstone, the wet, well, there's no barrier, so I'll be a lot happier about that.
But that is going to bring us to the end of our stream here this evening. I know it's been a long one. Thank you for hanging around with us whilst we've done all of the admin stuff that needed to be done. Myself and Swayze, as I say, will be back next Saturday for the Season 4 finale from the world-famous Silverstone circuit in Great Britain for the British Grand Prix. But until then, from myself, KieranWright92, TeS Swayze, and the rest of the admin team here in SFR, thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you next week. Good night.